Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing down below, clicking that like button, all that good stuff. It's massively appreciated. And don't forget to click the link down below, come over and watch me on Twitch. We do this stuff live. You get far more information during the live stream where I can answer your questions directly, all that sort of stuff. So make sure you get over to Twitch and come and join one of the fastest growing FIFA communities over there. But this is another episode, essentially, I don't call it episode 2 as such, but it's another sort of trading guide in terms of team of the season and sort of, not dispelling myths around it, but just sort of giving you guys the tools that you need to be making coins before, during and after Tots. I just want to go into a bit of detail with you guys in terms of how that can be done. So in the first episode, if you missed it, go back and watch it because it's got a lot of depth about how to prepare. But we talked about fodder, we talked about that sort of stuff, and I'll talk a little bit about fodder now in terms of how you can make coins from it. But the first thing we'll talk about is the market at the moment. Realistically, the market at the moment is low. It's come down without a doubt. It's definitely come down. Now the question mark here is whether it continues to come down or if it goes up. Now judging on last year, the market keeps going down to sort of Wednesday, Thursday time, and then maybe sees a small rise before Tots. But the reason it rises on the Thursday is because people get coins from weekend league rewards and stuff like that. But I just caution that, again, not everything happens the same way it happens on every game. You can use last year as a basis, but again, I prefer just to move with the market. I always tell you guys, when you're trading, move with the market. And so because of that, I'm hearing a lot of people say that you cannot trade at the moment, or it's risky to trade, or it's not. It's not at all. It's not risky. It's not weird to trade. It's not hard to trade. It's just about adjusting to new market conditions. And that's what the better traders will do. And hopefully that's what we can teach you guys to do as part of this video and as part of moving forward. I don't just want to be the guy that spoon feeds you guys, here's this, go and buy that. I want to teach you guys how to trade. So the first thing to talk about is, what do you think about when the market is down? Well, the first thing you think about that is the risk increases. Of course it does. When the market is going down, your risk always increases. If you're buying into a buoyant market, there's less risk because the market's going up and it's essentially going to make your coins relatively easily because the market's rising. When the market's on a downward curve like this, and we don't really know what the bounce back's going to be like on Thursday, there is a risk attached to buying in. However, there are 2 or 3 simplistic rules that I go by when I trade. And specifically right now, we're talking about special cards and icon cards. Firstly, I limit my risk, so I buy as far below the price as possible. Okay, that's the first thing I do. I buy as far below the price as possible. The second thing is I accept less of a profit, because that's the most important thing to think about here. Accept less of a profit. And the third thing I do is I sell quicker than I would do normally. So, what I say, let's look at the method first. So the method, special hunter. Now, I was using that one on stream. The basic one that everyone does. It's minimum price 10,000, max price 16,000, max buy now 15 million, okay? And then you search and you go through. I've shown you this before. And we're doing shadow and hunters because shadows and hunters obviously have a value outside of special cards. So you can look at a special card, for example, let's go if it's Dumfries. And then you can just compare his price and see if he's a good deal. Now, I don't buy Dumfries ever. I refuse to buy him. But you can compare his price. If his price is within 1,000 of the footprint price, then you can buy him. That's usually a good deal. My exceptions to that are I don't buy Dumfries, I don't buy Aurier, I don't really buy Marlon. They're the ones I don't buy because they're just flooded. I don't like buying them at all. But that's essentially what you do. You got to do that. But there are a few things to note about this. Number one, play about with your filters. You've just seen 2 filters there. There are plenty of filters on this game. Play about with your filters. Just be mindful of that, whatever you do. Number 2, if you're a website sub, you don't really need to worry about this because you can either flick through the 900 special cards we have on that website now. Links down below if you want to check that out, which is what I've been doing recently, just have a look at those. Or again, you haven't even got to check footbin. The website tells you the price to buy it and to sell it, so you haven't got to worry about footbin. But basically, you're looking to buy the card for what it sells for normally and then sell it with a value on top of it of a shadow and hunter. So shadows and hunter have a value of 7 to 10,000 coins. You get extra profit from it. But I keep seeing people say, you can't trade with specials right now. Chachi, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, bro. You can't trade. Now, let me show you why that's nonsense. If you go to our transfers, these are all transfers that I bought last night. All of these were bought last night and sold. Zola, Modric, Dybala, Sancho, Agustin, Jimenez, Depay, Ben Yedder, Promise. These were all bought and sold. I can clear the transfer pile off now. And then tonight, I've gone and done the exact same thing. I've gone and bought loads more. But what I did tonight again was I stuck to those 3 simplistic rules, and that was to buy as far under as possible. I'm going to essentially maybe accept less profit than normal when I go to list these cards up, and then I'm also going to make sure that I only have them for sort of a day, and if the market's coming down, then I might break even and take a slightly lower profit on them or break even if I can't sell them, but I'm almost certain I will sell them. So we'll look at Dele Alli, for example. I paid 39,750 for him, and if you look at desktop, Dele Alli sells for 40,750, 41,200, and then 42,000 there. Now, I usually tend to ignore those two prices that are the 40 and the 41,250 because they're undercuts. The 42 is what I'm looking at, so I've already bought him just over 2,000 coins under what he sells for. Now, normally when I sell a Dele Alli like this, I will allow for maybe 6 to 7k minimum on top of that price, that 42k there, as a sale price to sell him for a profit. For this time, I'm not going to do that. My mentality right now is going to allow for 5 to 7,000 coins. So I'm going to see at 42, I might go, okay, cool, let's go for maybe list them at 47. I sell them at 47, I make about just short of 5,000 coins profit off of that card. So I list them up now. List them up now, pardon me, for 47,000 coins. But the big but to this as well is, first thing, do not buy too many of the same one card, okay? The reason being that if you're buying these special cards, you buy 7 of the same card. Let's say you buy 7 of that exact same card. If that player takes a hard hit, if it takes a hard hit, you're going to lose a lot of coins. I've seen people buying stuff recently and going, I bought 8 of this card. I'm like, why'd you buy 8? Oh, it was a good deal. I'm like, it might be a good deal, but you've got to be mindful now that if that card doesn't go up in value, you're in trouble. Because that card goes down in value, you're in trouble. Because now you're sitting on a card that's lost, I don't know, 10,000 coins of value, and you're relying upon them all coming back up. Sometimes when the market's like this, yeah, you might take a hit on 2 players, 3 players, but you're hoping the other 10 you've got are going to make you profit, so it's not going to matter too much. We'll look at some more deals. This Chiesa, for example, we picked him up at 34,500. At the moment on the market, I think he's come down slightly since I picked him up, Federico Chiesa. But again, I'm not too stressed because in a low point of a fluctuation, if he has come down, I don't know, he hasn't come down at all actually. He's at 36 at the moment. I mean, this is 2 hours ago. I saw one a minute ago for 34, but 36. So I've already bought him again. 1,500 under his normal buying price. He's already underneath that. Then I'm going to allow for the price. So I'm going to say his price realistically is about 36,000 coins, give or take. I'm going to allow for maybe 6k on the Hunter. So I'm going to list him for 42. And I list for 1 hour at a time while I am on the game. And when I come off the game, I list overnight. Now, you guys, I don't think a lot of you understood the whole point of overnight listing. So let's explain overnight listing for you. Overnight listing is effective because when Europe goes to sleep, America's not too far behind. Australia's awake, but it's a huge amount of this game is based around Europe. So a lot of the cards that would be listed no longer get listed at night time. If yours is on overnight, at the price it should sell for, you'll see all the lower ones below you either get sold or come off the market, leaving your one probably the cheapest. Someone will pick that up. So imagine you've got, I don't know how to explain this in a really good way, but imagine you've got, I don't know, you've got a diamond, okay? Let's say you've got a diamond. Then below that you've got 2 rubies. Below that you've got 3 emeralds, okay? Now, during the day, people might go, okay, cool, I've got an emerald. I'm going to throw an emerald on because I've got loads of these. We're mining these up diamonds right now, right? And loads of people pick up emeralds because they're not as good. We stick the emeralds on the market, okay? As the day progresses, they all get built up and then yours is sat there at 42k. Your diamond's worth 42,000 coins. The ruby's worth 40,000. The emerald's worth 38. People then go to sleep. So there's no more supply of these cards at all, right? No more supply of these diamonds and these gems at all because everyone's asleep. But people that in a different part of the world that can't pick these cards up or whatever, aren't listing them, start taking the emeralds off the market. And they buy all the emeralds up. And then 3 hours later, there's no emeralds left, so someone comes along and buys the rubies. So they buy the rubies, they take them off, because there's not much supply of these coming on anywhere near enough, which leaves just your diamond at the top, and bang, someone then buys your diamond. That is how overnight listing works. Hopefully that makes sense, but it's the best analogy I could think of on a whim. But yes, the case has been listed up now. We'll look at Sanson. The Sanson guy that I picked up here, he's his headliner. We picked him up for 21,750. Now, this card is not the best ever deal in the world. It's not the most incredible deal that you ever likely to see. Again, we got him for 750 below the price that he sells for at the moment. But he has a shadow on him. Shadows have a little bit more of a value than the Hunter. So again, I'm looking at 22.5 for his normal price. Now I paid 21 for him. So I'm going to try and get like 28 we'll listen for first time. So if I get 28 for him, I'm looking at about, again, just short of 5,000 coins profit, which is a very solid amount of profit to be picking up. Now, I did all of this by using the website. So I got a filter set up on this. I did it all on stream. And I used the website. Lloyd, thank you for the follow, bro. I appreciate you. Made it into the video. GG's. I got the website up because with the website you can search a lot quicker than you can search on Footbin. It's more accurate in my opinion as well. And I literally got the filter up and I just went through them and showed everyone how to search these cards. And I just picked them up and I was like, that's a good deal because the website tells you the maximum buy now. Every single one of these was under the maximum buy now, so I bought them. I think 2 of them I took more of a punt on, but I was like, you know what, it's completely and utterly worth the punt. I don't see why I wouldn't do it. Because, I've got enough coins that I can play about with them just a little bit. I don't want to be taking massive risks right now that I don't need to take. But at the same time, I'm relatively happy to be taking some risks. Again, it's Klosterman, bang on price, 35,750 is what he's selling for right there. An hour ago, it's updated. Seen again, 35,750. We're going to allow for the shadows, so we'll list him for at 42. When he sells, 4,000, 5,000 coins profit. It's not, actually, let's go 43. If we go 43, we get 5,000 coins profit. For the first hour, I always overlist. I always overlist. I make as much as I can. But essentially, it's just a case of getting this. Now, a lot of you guys come to me and say, oh, at the moment, I'm scared to do specials because of the market, and I understand that, and I get that. And you also like, people beat me to bids. Trust me, when you first start doing this, without the website, without any sort of knowledge of this market, you're going to lose bids on this right now. But the flip side of this right now is there are some ridiculous deals you can get an undercut. So I missed a couple earlier on that I was really annoyed about because I stupidly checked the prices of them. But you can get some really ridiculous deals because people are... I don't like the notion of panic selling and the market crashing and stuff like that. The market isn't crashing, but people aren't holding the cards as long as they would normally hold them. They're sort of sitting there. Again, this class in that we picked up for 1,000 coins under it. It's a decent undercut on that. Again, I'm going to allow for the value of the shadow on him. Probably listen for 26 maybe. 20. Yeah, let's go 26 on him. But people are listing for more than they would like for vastly less than they'd be doing normally. Way less than they're doing normally. This Hinterregger would pay 26 for. Hinterregger. It's actually not a bad card, this. I used this in draft like a while back and I didn't need to sub him off. Normally I sub a card like this off. Again, 2,000 coins below would buy. So if you can see these big undercuts, we call them sort of look for quick flips in terms of what you're going for. Pick them up. I promise you now, you're not going to make a loss on them. You just have to be mindful you're not getting greedy and thinking, right, I'm going to hold out for as much as I can. Again, 28, we'll allow for the hunter on him. 34, he should sell at that overnight at bare minimum. But it goes on and on and on. And again, essentially, we just pick up all these cards. Sanchez here, you guys have seen the video that I brought out when we talked about position changes. He's had a position change. So this one actually here is a bit over what he would normally be. So we look at Renato Sanchez here at the moment. Let's go Renato Sanchez. Where is he? So normally this Renato Sanchez, I think sells for about 17, 18. I can tell you now, yeah, 17 there. I bought him at 18.5. Now, ideally you don't buy him at 18.5, you don't bother. But he's got a position change on him, and he's also got a shadow. I know he's a relatively easy seller. I've done it plenty of times at 25, so I list him up to 25. Hopefully you can see that now. Here we go, yep, 25. I list him up to 25, and there's not really a problem there. But I've got all these guys, and I'll sell them overnight. They're not all instantly going to sell. And if they don't sell overnight, I'll lower the price down. And I go down by one denomination at a time, and we keep sending them another Renato Sanchez here. I picked him up for the exact same reason. Again, 8 and 750. We'll list him up for 26 for now. But I promise you now, you can trade in this market. I can't stress that enough. But let's have a look at the market. Let's have a look at the market, because I want to show you what the market's sort of actually looking like at the moment. So we'll look at Henrik Larsson's the example that I'm giving at the moment. Right now, you've seen him. He was on Friday at 487. He's plummeted down now to like 407. Hourly graph, if you look at his hourly graph, he is at 385 there. Got Xbox and PS prices up here. That's what he's looking like at the moment. Emil Forsberg, one of the cards I just bought for 23, I think I paid for the Forsberg. Same thing, 31 on Friday, come down to 25. Now, I've seen people saying that the market's now not going to bounce back, and that's bull. I can't lie to you, that's rubbish, in my opinion. You can on my own head be it, but I believe the market's going to rise again. The market will probably steadily come down for this week, but you will see a bounce back into Weekend League, you always do. Thursday, people get coins, people buy Weekend League teams. You will see the market bounce back to some degree. It may not get back to where it was. You may not see Forsberg back up at 31,000 coins again on Xbox or 26 on PS. But he will bounce back. He's not going to suddenly just go, right, well, that's it for the rest of the game, now I'm down here. You will see some form of bounce back. So with me buying these cards now, these special cards, I don't mind buying these special cards at the moment because it's fine. I know eventually they probably will bounce back. I probably won't hold long enough to find out if they do, but they will bounce back in my opinion. In my humble opinion, they will bounce back. But that's essentially trading right now with the market as it is, right? That's what trading right now with the market is. A couple of other tips that I've got for you is if you think a player is going to get into the Tots kit team, he'll go up in value out of packs. I've said this before to you, but there are certain players that I think could be quite strong with this, Ben Chilwell being one of them. Cards like him will tend to see a rise out of packs. Have a little look at the Tots most consistent vote. Always remember that major leagues tend to be most overpowered and Premier League more than most. Have a little look. Bernd Leno, I think, could be a very, very good buy because he's probably going to get one. He may not because Courtois might get it, but I like Bernd Leno. Courtois could be a good buy as part of your fodder. And let's talk about the fodder in case you missed the last episode. So, this is Ivan Rakitic here. This is Romelu Lukaku. I've done it at the 3 price points that I like the most. I like 87, 86 and 85s. We look at Karim Benzema. He was 24k before all the football SBCs. Reached a high of 39, so we're talking Xbox prices, so 24 to 37. got as high as 38, right? So when these SBCs came out, he boomed by 14,000 coins. After tax, you're looking at a 12,000 coin profit on him. Now, why do I make a point about this? The reason being, simplistically, is last year, EA brought out, and the year before, guaranteed Tots packs, and we're probably going to get them again this year for each team. Last year, they were 86 rated. The year before that, they were 83 rated. To me, if you buy this fodder at its lowest point, so right now, Benzema's 27.5, it's not really his low point. His low point is about a 24,000, 20 to 26,000 is his low points, realistically, somewhere between that. If you buy him at his low point, there's very little risk involved in it anyway. But it also means that if he does go up in price, you're making sort of 10 to 12,000 coins profit per card. Romelu Lukaku, low points about 7 to 8,000 coins. He got as high as 14 on Xbox from 8. So that's a 6,000 coin rise. Again, once you sell him, you're looking at something in the region of about, give or take, 5.5k profit, roughly. Remember, these are average prices. They're not the actual prices they sold for. But looking at about 5,500 coins profit from each of those cards. And then even Rakitic, at his low point, is about 16 to 18k, 16, 17, 18k. He got as high as 28k with the Foot Birthday SPCs. So again, you're looking at something in the region of 10,000 coins profit on a card like Rakitic. Now, these are just examples. Any sort of fodder like this from major leagues will go up in value if a guaranteed SPC is released. There is a risk attached to it, but it's not a massive risk as long as you're sniping it. I mean, snipe it below current prices is essentially the best play with this, is the best move with this. But just be mindful of it, and it's something that I think on come Thursday, when people open up rewards, if they do, this could be a really good play. Even Wednesday, it could be a good play. I'm going to be buying into it. Maybe 1 million, 2 million coins spent just to risk it, see what happens. I don't think it's much of a risk personally. I think it's fine. EA will be bringing out SBCs as part of this. Fodder will see a rise without a doubt, and it's just too low. It will climb 100%. But hopefully you guys have understood that. I just wanted to dispel some of the myths about you can't trade at the moment. The market's on its arse and all this sort of stuff. It's not true. The market's not on the floor. It's just come down, which is natural with something like Tots as people sell their teams and sell their cards off, coupled with Weekend League sell-off. The market will bounce back. It will come back up again, probably from Weekend League sell-off. They may see another drop sort of when Tots is released, depending on the players. But Tots most consistent. I don't know if that's going to have a gigantic impact on the market. It may have a impact on the market, but nothing gigantic in that sense. But don't be scared to go out and trade. And if anything, right now, go out and learn prices of cards. If you're doing this, it's a perfect time to start learning prices of cards. Start getting an idea of what to go for. Start getting an idea of market fluctuations, because right now is the perfect time for that. You've got so many variables. You've got Tots on its way, pulling the market down. You've got Weekend League sell-off on its way, pulling the market down. You've got silvers, for example, at the moment, up massively. Their silvers are skyrocketing because people are trying to stack packs. So many variables you can play about with and start learning how the market works and how to play about with the market to your benefit to make coins. But that is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully it has helped you out. As always, check out foottrading.co.uk. Come on and follow me on Twitch. Click the link down below. But for now, lads, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.